Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
The metaverse, ladies and gentlemen. Now Victoria's Secret is getting into the metaverse, ready by filing for NFT trademarks as so many other companies are doing. And listen, I don't want to play in the metaverse, but I want to invest in it. And you know how I feel about that. I love high risk volatility investing, and I love diversifying. You're going to see evidence of that just in a second here. But what I wanted to show you out of this article here is that a slew of metaverse related filings. Gerben recently from Victoria's Secret told Forbes that he expected virtually every major brand to become metaverse ready over the next year. I think you're going to see every brand that you can think of making these filings within the next 12 months. As reported by usdt today, it says fast food chains McDonald's, retail corporations Walmart, and sportswear giant Nike have all filed their respective applications to offer products in the virtual world. He says all of these companies are vying to win the metaverse race that was kicked into high gear by Meta in early November. We know Samsung is already in that too. But this is like high risk. But I love this because I've told you the channel, as the case ends with Ripple, as Ripple IPOs and the adoption begins to take place here, we're going to take a heavier look at NFTs, metaverse, DeFi, and things of that nature, and private equity as we do already on the channel. But look at this. I am not getting a dime from this company, but this is diversification that means a lot to me because it is bringing fintech and innovation to being able to be a gold holder without having the bars of gold in your hand. Now, you can get it if you want it and have it physically delivered, but I'll tell you this is Jason Cousins. And listen to he says what they've done here, because they have built a gold-based alternative to the banking system. Well, that is music to my ears. Take a listen.
So, Glint is a unique gold-based payments platform that enables our clients to buy, sell, save, send, and also spend real allocated gold and other currencies instantly and securely and with very low fees using our proprietary app and MasterCard.
And there you have it. So they have a mobile app which I downloaded. Look, I'm not getting anything from these people, but I love what they have because on the card that you're going to get, which I am getting ready to get by mail, you can load up gold and buy gold on there. You can put cash on the card, it's a debit card, and you can spend it if you need it. Now that is something I am going to be loading on there and deepening my diversification in gold holdings. God forbid, knock on wood, if something should happen, you're going to have a card that works on its own with your own gold and own cash all on it, regardless of a bank. This is pretty remarkable. I'm going to put a link in the description for that as well. But take a look at this, because you talk about remarkable. I don't even feel like I can cover this story. Look at this. Breaking: Gary Gensler was Hillary's campaign CFO during the apparent. There's something going on politically here. I'm not aware. You guys know I don't cover politics, but because Gary Gensler is at the SEC, I think you're going to want to read this story. By the way, 421 days in American crypto innovation under siege. You should read that story at procoinnews.com. Let's get some updates from Congress, however. This week in Congress from Ron Hammond, the architect of the Token Taxonomy Act here. As crypto reels from the mainstream exposure to Super Bowl, Capitol Hill keeps working hard to understand more. This week is the Senate Banking Committee hearing on the President's Working Group and stablecoins. Here's what we can expect. Last week, the House Financial Services Committee held a similar hearing with Nellie Liang of the President's Working Group, for which we know that she pitched the idea from the Treasury's Department that stablecoins should be issued by banks and not fintech companies as they are today. That's a problem right there. However, Democrats disagree with the notion banks can only issue stable coins, and stable coins need reserves that are similar to cash equivalents. Now, that's a huge statement there, because up until then, we've seen Dems really kind of aligning with that whole notion. So to see some pushback on the Dem side of the aisle, I think is a positive step. The House hearing was very substantive and showcased months of education efforts and large variety of industry groups, regulators, and other members of Congress. Stablecoin regulation is certainly the crypto issue with the most legs legislatively for 2022. So that's promising. Looks like many complex policy issues, the House is farther along in understanding policy positions than the Senate, but that doesn't mean that this Tuesday's hearing isn't important. Many senators have been looking at the stable coins and CBDCs for some time and expect in-depth questions. So it says here, Ranking Member Senator Toomey, who we know is very well informed on crypto and stablecoins, is an important person to watch as he recently released his principles for stablecoin regulation. Major themes include non-bank issuing stablecoins, a special purpose charter for non-banks, and clarity on the role of the states. Now, I think that's a positive step forward for that non-bank role there. So looking here, he says also other major themes to expect will be interoperability with other stable coins and CBDCs, the need of stable coins versus a central bank digital currency, preservation of privacy, the potential of a bank run, transparency of reserves, and quality of reserves banking stablecoins. All the right topics being discussed here. Other major players to be on the lookout for is Senator Loomis, who has noted Wyoming's special purpose depository institutions' role along with the lines of 100% of stablecoins reserves being maintained off balance sheet or require reserves to be held at the Fed. It goes on to say here in the final thoughts here, as with most Senate banking hearings, Senator Warren will likely be the focus of the media attention after the hearing. Important to see if she backs the PWG recommendations of bank-only issuing stablecoins or pivots to CBDC being the preferred route. One thing is certain. While there's a lot of legislative action occurring around stablecoins in the House, it says it's important not to forget the Senate over the next few weeks. Time will tell. The major legislative players can come together on a bipartisan bill. And here's what we also know, too. The House really puts together bills, right? The Senate passes laws. So it's really important what takes place in the Senate going forward here. This is Dave Grimaldi from the Blockchain Association, I believe it is here. Is that right? Yes, from the Blockchain Association. And I'd like him or Jake Chervinsky or Perry M. Boring or anyone from the Chamber of Commerce to address, would you please be willing to answer the question if you were willing to call for a public audit of the Ethereum initial coin offering after the video evidence of what we have of Joseph Lubin explaining that how to disguise your investments and your identity to invest in that project in the early days. I really want to hear from all of them, and I've tagged them on Twitter. Says here, good morning, blockchain keeps rising on the radar here in DC. For the first time, financial technologies have been added to the critical emerging technologies list. Really? Maintained by the White House's National Science and Technology Council. What really stuck out to me there was the fact that we know we have an executive order based around crypto and stable coins coming that is considered a matter of national security. So for these technologies to be added to a critical and emerging technologies list, things are getting consistent for some kind of narrative very strong coming from the White House. Let's talk about lobbying efforts very quickly here, ladies and gentlemen. Ripple, Coinbase, and Robinhood account for 60% of all crypto lobbying efforts. But take a look here, because it also says inside of this that Ripple was really the leader in leading these efforts. It says here, not to see surprise, Ripple Labs leads the U.S. crypto lobbying efforts in the year 2021. Its legal altercation with the U.S. SEC, which has dragged on for 14 months, appeared to have rattled the foundation of U.S. digital currency laws. It goes on to talk about Coinbase and Robinhood, however, but that is what we need to know. Ripple is fighting this battle as hard as anyone possibly can. No doubt about it. And here's something else. Another state goes by way of crypto right here, and it's New Hampshire. Live free or die. That's what they're saying. And they're saying they want crypto innovation to come to New Hampshire, and the governor signs an executive order to do exactly that. That goes along with Texas, Wyoming, Florida, New York is really changing their tone there too. Amazing stuff happening. And so is this, because a bank now, Valiance Bank, taps the sleeping giant, Backed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, Backed is owned by ICE, Intercontinental Exchange, which also owns the New York Stock Exchange. What might they know? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Valiance Bank taps Backed to provide crypto trading services. Take a look at this very quickly, because what we're looking at here is the partnership expands Valiance Bank offering to include crypto services. You go down in here and it really goes into it, and they say basically the core banking platform provider recommended bank to the president, which basically services a regional area. They have 580 million assets in total. 5 branches location in Texas and through Oklahoma. It comes on to say here also that they're excited to partner with Bank as they innovate and broaden our offering beyond the traditional deposit accounts. Backed Crypto Connects is an easy to get started solution which plugs right into our existing mobile banking app, allowing clients to buy, sell, and hold crypto in one seamless experience. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be massive, and it is just one of many banks that we're getting ready to see roll this out over the next year or two. This is going to be massive because the banks want the revenue now. They're tired of watching the crypto exchanges make all this money for more than a decade. And Ripple adds to the notion that Ripple says open banking is on the rise in North America. It goes on here to basically say, if you don't know what it is, here's a primer on open banking. Takes place when financial institutions give customers and customers approved third parties digital access to financial data, but you get to decide who gets that data, right? That's what's important here. Open banking is already gaining traction in regions like the UK and Brazil. There are a number of benefits to open banking, such as broadened revenue streams through API-enabled products, improved customer personalization, satisfaction, increased touch points, strengthen relevance for FIs, and diversifying their client offering. Another benefit lies in the data transfer, which competitive third-party providers can access bank account transaction data through APIs. Customers who consent to share this information with open banking system give providers a better understanding of customer needs, enabling streamlined payment solutions and enhanced user experiences. That's what we're talking about here. And being able to control who gets that data, that's a big moment for all of us. But looky here. You know, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Brazil, or whether you're in the European Union and you happen to be the president of the European Central Bank, they all feel the pressure here from the digital revolution that's taking place. And Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, says that the digital euro will not replace cash, but would complement it. A digital euro would give you an additional choice about how to pay and make it easier to do so. Let me tell you what else it would do. It would make sure that she doesn't run out of a job. Make no mistake about it, it's always for us. I mean, it would complement it, it'd make it easier for you all to do what you need to do. Yeah, all those things are true. But the main reason you feel obligated to do this, Christine Lagarde and the rest of the banking world, is simply because if you don't embrace it, and if you don't find a way to control the on and off ramp to this digital world, you will be irrelevant and out of a job. And they're not going to let that happen. Speaking of out of a job, BlockFi remains in a job, but it cost $100 million to do so. Crypto Law says right here, is the approach we're taking to crypto lending the best way to protect crypto lending customers? I don't think it is. So I respectfully dissent, and I concur. If you come right here, this is Hester Peirce, and what they're talking about here is basically the settlement with BlockFi, and she shares her thoughts on the matter. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you because it is a lot, and she is saying a lot here. But however, the reality is that BlockFi has been ordered to pay $100 million in penalties, which nevertheless does seem disproportionate, according to Hester Peirce, and I would agree. The thing to understand about this is they have a lending program, and they offer lending and earnings on Bitcoin, spend and earn Bitcoin returns. And matter of fact, I believe I even have the site up here too, right here for you to see. Look at what they offer here. Earn an unlimited 1.5 back in Bitcoin, no annual fee, no foreign transaction fee. See if you're pre-approved with no impact on your credit, right? All of these different returns that you can earn, 1.5 back on every purchase, 3.5 during the first 3 months, 2% after 50,000 of annual spend, and 0.25% on all eligible trades. This is what they're offering. And you know what? As to my research, I cannot find that inside of what BlockFi has done, they have not harmed one customer. Not one. And the SEC and Gary Gensler fined them $100 million. But let me tell you the other pitfall here for fallout, ladies and gentlemen. It's right here. Because it's really time to let our politicians know they're out. We have to vote them out if they don't allow retail investors to have the freedom to invest the way we want to. Many people have said it in the thread, but you can go out here and spend all your money on lottery. You can go out here to a casino and gamble all your money away. But we're too dumb, apparently, to Gary Gensler and the SEC to be able to pick things like BlockFi to use as products or crypto as investments. This is some of what Hester Peirce has said here. She had talked about and highlighted the fact that, today's settlement tags the arrangement as both an investment contract under Howey and a note under Reeves. We've talked about how the Reeves test, people sleep on that. You shouldn't sleep on that. On top of that, the settlement deems BlockFi an unregistered investment company, and they fined them $100 million even though no investors were harmed. That's a money grab. The real problem here is, as she says, and these are Hester Peirce's comments here, the investor protection objective of today's settlement will be poorly served if retail investors are ultimately shut out from participation in these products. Think of it. Making moves to shut us all out. How in the world is that helping protect all of us when it's a product we want? I tell you, it can't be any more obvious, at least to me, and I'm sure to many of you that are watching this and hearing it. It can't be any more obvious to me that what we're really watching is the SEC put the power back into the lending companies, which is the banks. Now, I thought the SEC is supposed to be working to protect us, so why are you penalizing someone $100 million that didn't even harm or run any fraudulent schemes? I tell you, this is really, really troublesome. The SEC is the bully in the schoolyard. More to that point right here, this is the one and only John Deaton representing over 64,000 of us XRP holders. This thread is absolute fire. I encourage you to stay with me to the end of this thread, because he lays down and makes the case of cases of why XRP is in fact a currency, I believe, and I know he and many of us do. This is for non-XRP holders, those who dislike Ripple or believe XRP is a crap coin because of how it was created. This thread is also for entities that hold themselves out as so-called leaders in the crypto community. I think that we should encourage and tag Perry Ann Boring, Chamber of Digital Commerce, Jay Travinsky, Blockchain Association to read these, as well as call for a public audit to Ethereum's initial coin offering. Let's get to the bottom of that, right? But check this out. DBS Bank, as we reported yesterday, is offering, amongst other cryptos, XRP. Well, there's a reason before that. He says, before you celebrate or ignore the significant implications surrounding the filing of the lawsuit, you should consider that before the SEC sued not only Ripple, but de facto every XRP holder, the following facts and information was known. DBS, Singapore's largest bank and the 6th largest bank in the world, declared XRP was better and faster than SWIFT. DBS launched digital exchange between 4 currencies and 4 most established cryptocurrencies, including XRP. Singapore's DBS is now creating a platform for retail holders utilizing the trading XRP. The WEF obviously named XRP as the most relevant crypto for central bank digital currencies by banks. Japan, Singapore, UK, Switzerland, the UAE have all declared XRP to be a non-security. That's right. Japan's regulatory body, FSA, officially declared XRP a non-security. That's right. The UK's regulatory agency FCA analyzed XRP and stated digital asset fits into several brackets: A, security token; B, utility token; and C, an exchange token. FCA declared XRP to be a hybrid token, constituting both a utility and exchange token. Regardless, it was specifically determined to not be a security token. The Office of Monetary and Financial Institutions Forum, the OMFIF, produced a report on blockchain technology, produced their advantages, XRP as an alternative in payments. The IMF published 2 digital assets being used in intrabank bridge currency. It's XRP and JPM coin. Belarus's largest bank, a crypto exchange service to include XRP, London think tank bank, says that XRP can minimize intermediaries and boost the speed of international payments. Signum, a Swiss bank in Singapore, publicly stated that individuals and institutions should increase exposure to tokens of the future and listed XRP as well as others. Signum classified Bitcoin as future asset store of value, classified ETH as infrastructure play for the future, and classified XRP not a security, but a technology of the future regarding payments, exactly what OCC Brian Brooks has publicly discussed. BitPay launched a massive crypto payments business in 225 countries, allowing XRP and others. This use case alone makes XRP a non-security. Deal partnered with Coinbase, which then sold XRP, launched a crypto payroll tool that allowed international workers to be paid in Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP, allowing near instantaneous withdrawals. That right there is another. Instantly, it's not a security, right? In other words, international workers withdrew their paychecks in XRP, and XRP is actively being used in substitute for fiat currency. That alone makes it a not security. BitX, an exchange in UAE, offers XRP, expanded into India with wallet trading platform utilizing BTC, ETH, XRP, and others. It says here, Brian Brooks, the OCC in Clayton, an SEC chair, publicly stated that it was time to use technology to address the inefficiencies, in payment systems. The OMFIF produced a report, Blockchain and the Advantage of XRP as Alternative Payments. Japanese financial giant SBI sponsors an esport team. SBI pays its players not in Japanese yen, but in XRP. Unbelievable. As a payroll. It goes on and on and on. In 2015, we know the DOJ and the FinCEN settled the case with Ripple and called it a virtual currency, as I believe it is today. The SEC MoneyGram deal, when we had that deal, they had full knowledge that Ripple would encourage MoneyGram to accept and utilize XRP, a cross-border utility token and remittance, and we made that point back when this all came about with the case.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.